Bro, this feels like the final straw, like the last knowing, like the final realization. Bro, the way some people are realizing that you're not playing, or like you never was playing, or you were just giving them grace, is crazy. Okay, the amount of people who felt entitled, or felt that you needed them, or will be rushing back to be back in their presence is kind of crazy, because they're having a reality check. Okay, they are having a reality check, and all they're realizing is that they want you or need you way more than you're even probably thinking about them. Okay, some of you have been so invested in yourself. All right, you've been so focused on yourself and what you want to do, you really don't even have time for anything else. And it's not even like some of you are doing this purposely. It's like, no, you're literally in your bag. Okay, you're trying to figure out what you want to do within the next year or next couple of months. You know what I'm saying? You're planning things out for your life. So you really don't have time to be focused on other people's shit, especially people that have already showed you who they truly were and you were advised to move away from. It's like some of them are wishing that there was a second chance, or they had a rerun, to present themselves in a different way, because the way that they presented themselves, it actually got them outside of the party. Okay, they can't even get in. All right, so now they want to do a redo. Okay, they want to do a do-over because they didn't know that that was going to be the time that you were going to really. They didn't realize that time was going to really matter. They thought they was going to get a redo. Usually that first impression is everything. But somebody thought that they was going to get many impressions, many chances to show up in whichever way that they wanted. But they were only allowed to show it one way. And you did as you pleased with that one way that they showed up. And some people are just like, oh my God, no, I want to do a redo. Oh my God, I didn't mean to like show up like that, or dress like that, or say that. Like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, how do they feel about me? What do they think about me? Like, I need a redo. Oh my gosh. Well, we think how we think about you. We think what the truth is about you, because you wasn't able to put on this whole facade and dress it up. You was your true self, and that's exactly how you wanted to be presented. Okay, why would I give you a redo so you could come and dress it up and be someone else? No, you caught someone red-handed literally being themselves, and now they want to do a real redo or a do-over, so that they could present themselves as someone else. Okay, because you see them for who they truly are. It don't work like that. It do not work like that. Okay, but yeah, so continue doing what you're doing. I'm seeing that you're just focused. You're trying to get yourself more stable, or just in a consistent balance. I'm getting like you just want a lot of things, or all things, to be balanced in your life. Maybe you had like your career balance, but your love was unbalanced, imbalanced, or something like that, or your love was balanced, but your career was kind of shitty. So you're working on like balancing everything. If you're in a relationship, you're working on, pouring into yourself and making sure that you're pouring to your partner, the equal balance. If you're not in a relationship, you're focused or worried about pouring into yourself at this time, because that's all you should be focusing on is yourself. Okay, if you are single, so you're just really, priorities is just in order. And some people just didn't think that the last time they saw you would be the last time that they saw you. They thought they would get many do-overs, and they're realizing that you don't kind of work like that. Like, you work with a very tight-knit type of schedule. It's like you snooze, you lose type of vibe. And some people are really, really crying out because they want to do over. They see how focused and how steady your life is going, and they just want to be a part of that. Some people really do want to work with you, but they just showed up as someone else, and that's what messed them up. People didn't show up as their authentic self. They showed up as someone else. They showed up as, I don't know who they wanted to show up as, but it wasn't themselves. And this is what made you not even interested in like being friends with these people, or working together with these people, or being in a relationship, whatever it is, with these people, because they wasn't being their honest true self. Okay, they was trying to be someone else, and you didn't like what they were presenting, and now you decided to move forward or to not even engage, and now these people are like, hold on, I need a do-over, that wasn't me, I was doing this, and da, 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 da. Some of them showed up as their self, but they just don't even like their self, and they want to do a do-over and show up as someone else because how they showed up, it just didn't work. Okay, it didn't get them nowhere. So very interesting energy. People just realizing that there's no do-over in your life. That's basically what it is. A lot of people are getting the realization that you don't do many second chances or do-overs, because it's with you, it's like how they present themselves the first time is how they want to be seen. When you know that you're about to meet someone important, if you don't show up the first time like serious, ready, prepared, then it means a lot. So you can't really do it over. You know what I'm saying? So they're realizing that you really don't do the do-overs because they should have showed up the way that they wanted to be perceived as the first time. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it. Just a quick little message, okay, of people wanting to do a do-over when it comes to presenting themselves to you, to work with you, to be your friend, to be a lover, whatever it is. Some people was like, okay, I was just playing, or I was only being this person because I thought that that's what you would like. Now I want to be myself. Now I want to show you who I truly am. But for a lot of people, for most of them, time is already out because they should have showed themselves the correct way to begin with. But some of them, they didn't take it seriously. They thought that you were a pushover or you would give them many, many chances. And now they realize that you're kind of like a one and done, especially if you feel like someone is playing with you or they're just not taking things seriously. Like if it was someone that genuinely wanted a restart or a refresh, I feel like you will allow it. But because these are people that just played around, they didn't take it seriously. This is how they wanted to show up to be funny or whatever like that. Like they didn't take it seriously. This is why you're not giving them a do-over. Like you showed up in my life to play around, to cause confusion, whatever like that. No, I can't give you a do-over. That's just who you are. That's just what it is. And that's just who you're going to be. And some people, they are just not feeling that. They're not okay with the fact that you're classifying them as a clown. Okay, some people showed up as a clown and now they're upset because you labeled them as a clown. If you get what I'm saying, like now they're like, oh no, I want to do that over. Like maybe I was just trying to be funny. I was just playing. Well, you did more than be funny, okay? Because now you're officially in a clown suit forever. Okay, so that's kind of the vibe. It's like you meeting someone and they cracking all these corny jokes, trying to show themselves to be funny, but in real life they're really a chill, laid back person. And now that you done cut them off or put them to the side because they just a clown, you're like, I don't even want to deal with this person. They joke too much, they playing around too much. You need something more serious and stable. Now this person's like, oh, let me show you my real side. I was just playing. I didn't mean to crack those jokes. Like, that's not really me. I was influenced because of who I was around and da-da-da-da. I promise you. And you're just like, no, you should have came correct. Like, you shouldn't have played with me when I first introduced myself to you. So now that's just who you are. You're just a clown to me. Because some of these people, it doesn't matter if you even give them a redo. You're just they made such a big name and impression of themselves being that clown that is like you can't even erase it if you wanted to. Like first impressions are serious. Like they really introduce themselves as the clown that you can't even unsee it if you want to. That's kind of what it is. So it's like even if they did a redo, you still are remembering them as the clown or the jokester, whatever that they did. Okay, the liar, thief, whatever it is. So I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know, that first impression. That's why you just gotta come correct. You never know who you're gonna need, if you're gonna need them. You don't play around with opportunities. You really gotta present yourself well, okay? Because the way that you see yourself and the way that the world sees us is different. You want to make sure that you're kind of in an even balance with that. You know what I'm saying? So that everybody's happy. The world is happy with what they're seeing and you're happy with what you're presenting. All right. So that's it. Quick little message. Okay. I love y'all and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.